What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in another video on the channel. Today we got a good one for you. We went with Mediterranean, highest rated series. We're back. Highest rated Mediterranean restaurant in the area. This restaurant is known as Kebabci. It is located in Woodridge, New Jersey. And it has a 5-star rating on Grubhub out of 1,227 ratings and 213 reviews. That is what I'm talking about. When I do these, sometimes they don't have a high number, but this one, when it's over 1,000, you can kind of trust that people do love and enjoy the food. This one specifically, it's Mediterranean, but it is Turkish by nature. So it's got a little bit of things that I have never tried. Even though I do love Mediterranean food, some of the stuff is actually new to me, so I'm excited about that. If you're digging the highest rated content, go ahead and hit a like, subscribe, thumbs up, and all of that cringy YouTube stuff. And also, yes, I shaved my beard. Don't say anything about it. Let's get into the food. All right, I don't know where to start. You know what we're going to start with? One of my favorite things to eat when it comes to Mediterranean food. We got some falafel. If you don't know what falafel is, it is a fried ball of chickpeas. Usually it has parsley, onion, and celery within the mix. It's usually served with a white sauce, like a garlic, dill kind of white sauce. If you're familiar with like the Halal Guys kind of sauce, it's like that, but it is a little more yogurt-y. I have no other explanation for it. But this time they served it along hummus. I don't usually put falafel in my hummus, but for the sake of the video, I mean, we're gonna try it, right? I usually don't even come this color, but they usually come in balls, and this one's like a, you can see it's got like a, I don't know what you call that, but I'm excited to try this. I love falafel. First bite, nothing in it. Yeah, there's the green. Ooh. Oh, that's tasty. Look at the color on this thing. Oh, like I said, the color comes from, they add a mix of pureed parsley and garlic, onion, celery, so it gives that a nice green color on the inside. It is normal. Don't think it is weird if you've never had falafel. A lot of times it's never on the inside like this, but they have a nice coating on it. Let's try this with the hummus. If you don't know what hummus is, also, I'm dipping chickpeas in chickpeas. A little sesame oil usually. Yeah. Very good. Very flavorful. It's got a nice crunch on the outside. You can hear it. Oh, man. Yeah. So one thing I can tell, now, obviously I saw it inside the restaurant. They make everything. The pita was made. All of the dishes were made. You can see they had a whole spit going, which you'll see later on for the Euro meat. And I have never dipped hummus in falafel, but they said try it. I said okay. I said, what are we saying? We're saying a lot. Wow. Oh man. Super creamy hummus. You kind of just let the flavors, it's not like overly seasoned, but I could just dip. It's so simple, but the ingredients seem so fresh. Bravo. That's a W. That is a W. Let's try it a little bit with the yogurt. Now, I know that the yogurt is going to have dill in it, but I tried dill last time in the last mukbang I did, and I actually liked it. So I'm going to try it again, and we're going to see what's going on. It's not overly dilly. Good yogurt. It's just enough to kind of give you a little bit of a change up on the taste. Honestly, I could have eaten like 90 of these falafel. Very good. I want to save some. That is a W. Alright, on to the next one. Right, so next up you can see right here we have what is called Kebab. Now, it looks, don't say, I know somebody got a nasty mind, okay, but they're balls, okay? And inside of these balls, which are made with bulgur, I'm gonna butcher some of this stuff. I'm not Middle Eastern, I did do my research. But on the inside, what we have are some ground beef, and I believe nuts are on the inside of this. Let me just try to open this up. Okay, look at this. See what I'm throwing at you? All right, first bite. I've never had this before, by the way, so this is my first time. I wanted to try some popular items on the menu that I've never had. So here we go. One of the things I love the most about Mediterranean, whether that be up Greece, down through the Middle East, Turkey, from what I'm trying right now, seems to have a mix of the two. And I really like it. It's just super flavorful. The outside's got a nice bite to it. And it's just enough to kind of counteract with the soft ground beef. But you can see how much spices and seasoning. Now, in my household where I grew up, we seasoned our stuff a lot. So this is right up my alley. Damn. I've eaten a lot of Mediterranean food in my life. I have never tried Turkish food in any way, shape, or form. And I have to say, I don't know what the heck I've been waiting for. Super flavorful. You get a little bit of earthiness from the nuts. The ground beef is almost sweet and savory at the same time. Well seasoned. You didn't touch it, I said well seasoned. But I was trying to eat and swallow at the same time. I don't recommend that. Now, this is more of the Americanized stuff. I don't know if they serve wings overseas and traditionally, but here they had wings. And my philosophy is always if a place has wings, I gotta try them at least once. So we did some chicken wings. I want to see if how they season them or if there's anything new about them. They are breaded. I'm not the biggest fan of breaded wings, but there's nothing crazy about them. Wings tender. I don't really like breaded wings. Well, other than that, I would eat these 100%. But there's nothing. I would have liked to see something that had like a little more like of a spin. I feel like a lot of places serve wings just because they know they appease the masses, which I completely get. But say you're a Turkish restaurant, maybe do something with them that gives it like a Turkish spin to it, which is what I would really like. But these seem to be just like a decent wing that you would get from like a pizzeria. I'm not complaining. That's just my own personal opinion when it comes to places that do that. Now, I went to a Mexican restaurant and they served buffalo wings, and I would have liked to see like a maybe, I don't know, like something like a to it. You know what I mean? You know, like Koreans did their own little spin on fried chicken, and I think it's amazing. Kind of like that. Now I'm gonna take this. No. I'm getting ahead of myself because I want to make a pita. That's like what I'm doing. But this right here is their most popular platter. It is called the Kebabci platter. Adana kebab, a chicken kebab, a lamb shish, and a chicken Adana. So there are 4 different kinds if you look within here. So this kind of reminds me of a kofta, which I think this is like an Adana kebab. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to try one piece of each. All right, let's see. Nice little, it reminds me of kofta, which is kind of like meat put in. I don't know which one this is. That's beef. They do it right. It's not like overly well done, but it is cooked all the way through. But it's still tender, which is very important. And I want to try this hot sauce too. They got their own special hot sauce, and you can see, you know I gotta spill. It is not what you would see in a traditional hot sauce from like, I'm used to the ones you get at Halal Guys. You can tell this was homemade. There's a lot of different peppers and spices I can see in here. I don't know how spicy this is, so I hope I don't burn my mouth. That's a really good hot sauce. Really good. Now let's get some of the chicken. See, look in here. You can see they formed it almost like a kofta, but it's made with chicken. And you can see the spices on the inside. Looks like a pepper of some sort. I'm just gonna dunk this whole bad boy in this hot sauce. Actually, nope, can't do that in the first bite. Super tender. I don't know what kind of meat, as far as what kind of chicken's parts they're using. Probably the thigh. When you have Euro meat, it's usually a thigh. But well done as far as the tenderness. I can taste the char from the grill. Let's get some chicken down in here. You can see this chunk. Look at that. Look at that. See, that's chicken breast. Same thing. Super tender. I feel like I should, and one of the things why I like is you can dip. So I'm like, I want to go for the hummus. I can't. It's served over a bed of rice. See if I can get you one. Hold on. Hold on. Getting ahead of myself. All right. Stop holding your food up to the camera. I'm sorry. All right, let's get in here. I want to try the rice. It's got to have been soaking up some of the yum-yums from the meat. The fact they left it sitting on there, you can really get that juiciness from the meat. That is super fire. I like the rice just as much, if not more, than I like the other stuff. The chicken's so tender. Oh, look at that. Chicken's one of those things, it's very easy to overcook it, but you can't undercook it, so it's gotta be just right so that you're not chewing on it for 20 minutes. Very good. Oh, let me get a drink. Oh my goodness. All right. Where am I going? You know what? Before I start making pizzas, let's get to everything, and then I'm just gonna start picking. We can chop it up a little bit. They actually have one of my favorite dessert foods. No joke. This is baklava. Baklava is like phyllo dough, which you layer with honey, nuts. Super sweet, super flaky, and every time I see this, I say that about a lot of things. You can tell there's certain things I really like. I always get baklava. It's really sweet, like really sweet. And you can see it breaks apart. Can y'all see that? Don't get turned off by the green. It's like pistachios. You don't like pistachios? Don't worry. It's so sweet you won't even be able to taste it. Now I can give you my story. I was like, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. It's just got honey all over it. You know, so flaky. Now here's my story because I'm gonna eat all of these. When I was in college, look at this, listen. That's what you want. As a part of your graduation requirements, you had to take 2 non-Western civs, meaning 2 foreign, non-US cultures. The classes that were picked for me were Russia/Soviet Union, so you had to learn about their history, their customs, things like that. And the second one was the Middle East. Now, the Middle East in my class, the instructor was actually from Turkey. And one of the things that she did towards the end of the class, and I will never ever forget her for this because she was a real one, was she brought us a gift. Now, I went to school in Iowa. People in Iowa, they traditionally probably haven't seen a lot of baklava just by how they reacted to it. So, she had a tray. I swear to you, the tray was as big as this. There had to be about, I would not exaggerating, probably maybe 150 to 200 pieces of this in this tray. And they passed it up and down the amphitheater, you know, like big schools where there's like it's a large class of like 100 people in it. So I was sitting all the way at the back because, you know, I'm an athlete, and athletes think they're cool and we like to sit in the back. Don't do that, but I did. So most people, they looked at it and they didn't even try it. By the time it got to me, there had to be about 100 left. So me being me, I grabbed a piece, I looked at it, smelled the honey, saw the flaky phyllo dough, and I went, while she's talking, she made it herself, I went, just like that. And everybody looked at me and I was like, y'all ain't eat this? And I asked, does anybody want any more of this? Before I sat in the back of this class that day. Not joking. The class was an hour and a half long. I sat there for 45 minutes. She's talking. I'm like, I ate all of them. Ever since that day, I've been in love with baklava. That is A+ baklava. You can tell they layered the phyllo dough. You can tell they let it soak in that honey mix. It's so sweet. Oh. It's so good. After the class, I went up to the instructor because it was like maybe 2 weeks left in class, and I said, thank you so much for bringing that in. It's delicious. I also didn't want her to feel bad because it wasn't like people didn't like it. It was like they were more afraid to try it. You know, a lot of people like to step out of their comfort zone with food. So she was so happy that the very next week, she brought me my own tray, which I promptly sat in the back and ate. So every time that I would walk past her class, I would ask her, I was like, hey, you know, I was kind of like, I wasn't like, I was like kind of like a flirt, but like, you know, like not like flirting like I was trying to like date her or anything. I just a flirt, like I like to gas people up. So I gassed her up. I'm like, hey, you got some more of that baklava? And every time, I swear to you, every single time, she would go home, and within a week, she would like come see me next Monday, and I would go, she'd have a whole tray for me. She moved back home. She was from Turkey, but she was a real one. If anybody could ever find that woman, just tell her to make me baklava all day, bro. I swear. Just, if you've never tried baklava, just try it. Like, step out of your comfort zone. It's so good. Like, so good. There's a place by me, the diner, that serves it too. I eat it all the time. I'm just having flashbacks right now of that. Also, what we have here. Now, what you can see on here is a note that says, from us. They dropped it in here. I'll give you a close-up of that. What this is almond pudding. And they wanted me to try almond pudding. And I said, I'm trying almond pudding. Tell me to try something. Like, I asked her, I said, this has got pickles in it. She said, I said, okay, that's all I need. It's got pickles, I ain't trying it. Other than that, we here. All right, so this is an almond custard. Apparently, it's very popular item there, and as well as in like Turkish cuisine. I had no idea. I've never heard of it. I've never seen almond pudding. I like pudding, so I'm gonna stir this bad boy up. Let's get you a big old, I don't care, I'm diving in. You gotta be a G sometimes. You gotta dive on in. We diving in. I'm not taking a little bite. There's slivers of almond in here too. It's got a nice, nutty, yeah, very, very, almost, this kind of reminds me of a custard, like flan with not a lot of sugar. It more lets the almond have its turn more than like flan, which is more like caramel, and very sweet. This is a W. It's refreshing. I said they make it. And this is what I mean. This is why I wanted to do a series like this. I want to spotlight more of these small businesses. If they're sitting there stirring up big tubs of pudding and telling you try the pudding, like, that's what it's about. I would have never tried that. And I'm getting slivers of almond in here. I really like it, you know? And now, if I go eat Turkish food, or if I see almond pudding, I'm going to get it. All due to the suggestion of someone who this is their cuisine, this is where they come from, this is their food. And that to me is so much more important So I say this all the time, and I'm gonna say it in the middle of the video. If you can, you have the means, support these small businesses. I'm telling you, they make their food with love. They're not paying me to say this, like, at all. But I just feel like there's something that you can't duplicate from small businesses. I'm gonna get off my soliloquy, and we're gonna try this too. Last but not least, we have some Turkish custard. Another thing that they kind of threw in. I don't know what it is, so I had to ask, and of course they told me. So I'm gonna oblige you while you look at this wonderful Turkish custard. It is a homemade caramelized milk pudding. Apparently it's a Turkish delicacy. I love delicacies. I love trying new delicacies. So let's try new delicacies. All right, let's dive in. This kind of has the consistency of flan when you look at it. You can see the top. I don't know what. So it's caramelized. Yeah, okay. That is Turkish flan. That's Turkish flan. Oh yeah, babe. Y'all heard me. I don't know what that noise that was. It's really sweet. You can taste that caramelized. It kind of gives it the same dulce de leche kind of feel. Don't jiggle like flan does. I'm just getting here. But it definitely has that same taste. Look at this. Turkish pudding. W. 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 Wow. Now, if you can't tell, I'm a big fan of these desserts too. I knew the meat was going to be good, but the desserts, oh man, that's a W. Definitely, it reminds me of Turkish flan, for real. It has that same custardy kind of feel to it, that same caramel kind of feel to it. It's not as jiggly as flan, but that's still that custard thickness. That's the W. Whew. Now this is what I'm waiting to do this whole time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna make myself a pita. All right, so I'm gonna show you how I get down with the pita. All right, a lot of people like to put the white sauce. But what I do, all right, so first thing I'm gonna do right here, is I'm gonna spread right in the middle. Yes, this is hummus. Shh. Just let me do how I do. Okay, so we got the hummus. Now what I'm gonna do, all right, add a little bit of fries. A little bit of fries. A lot of bit of fries. Okay, bang. And I got some Euro meat. All right, this came off the spit. You can tell by the way that it looks. That came right off the spit. You know, the big cylinder looking thing they shaved the meat off of? That had one in there. You know, you can't duplicate that kind of taste. Always loved Euro meat. That's the real deal stuff. Just try to get all this on here. Bang. Okay? Let's get like 2-3 more pieces too. Bang. All right, boom. All right, let's get some of this kofta. Right here. Boom. Right in the front. A little bit of the chicken. Boom. Right in the back. And I'm going to take one of these. Look, if they're going to flame broil or grill or, yeah, roast tomatoes, I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to get this hot sauce because the hot sauce is super fire. All right. Yeah. Then I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of that white sauce. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, welcome back to an episode of What Are We Saying? What are we saying? I regret nothing. And I know it's all over my face, but it's okay. And this is why we shave the beard. See that? Cleans right off. If I had a beard, it's gonna take forever. I know y'all was mad at me for getting rid of my beard, but the pita has a certain airiness to it that leads me to believe they made these by hand too. Maybe they didn't. If they did, I want to know who made them because they're good. The saltiness from the fries. Creamy hummus on the bottom. perfectly cooked meat. This has become a running theme in these videos. I've been trying to go to places that I've never tried before, cuisines that I haven't necessarily had a lot of. The staff were very explanatory on what they were giving you and even how to eat it. W. The food is top notch. It's very good. W. Local business, W. With all that being said, I have been saying this every single time. They have not let me down in the sense of, you got 1,000 people giving you 5 stars worth of ratings. It's gotta be coming from somewhere. And first impression, first meal, you know, I didn't call ahead and say, hey, I'm gonna make a video, so make it look good or make it taste good or be nice to me. I don't do that stuff. 120%. I can see why this is 5 stars. Wow. Very, very good. If you live in my area, you can get yourself to Woodridge. I recommend trying it. I really liked it. I want to eat more. But I can't do that. Because I do other hot sauce. I am going to eat that custard though. That's happening. Probably a little more of this hummus. Understand if you care about calories. The dessert stuff has a lot more calories. The hummus has a ton of calories in it. People look at hummus as it's some sort of health food. Does it have some mineral advantages? Yeah, but you can get it from somewhere else. Very calorically dense. So, for people who are trying to be health conscious, ain't no shame in your game. Just understand, if you're going to sit there and live off of hummus, you're not going to see the results you want to see. Unless you're eating a serving, which I can't, as you can see. But yeah, top-notch food. A lot of food for what you pay for. Falafel, top-notch. These little balls of fire. Yep. Gyro meat. All the meat's well cooked. The rice, super good. The desserts surprised me because I've never tried any of them besides, I mean, I knew the baklava. They made it right though. I've had a lot in my life. So, all in all, I can see it. 5 stars, without a doubt. Let me know what you guys want to see next as far as the highest rated series goes. We've got a lot of bases to cover. We're going to double back around. I try to do 2 from each genre. So, if you know of a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, whether it be Greek, anything like that, any area that has a high rating or doesn't have a high rating, let me know. Or a different kind of restaurant. Just remember, I live in North Jersey, so don't recommend me something in California because I can't get there right now. But anyway, it's been your boy King Strats. It's been a dope video. I'm so happy I tried this. We will be back ASAP. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube. Boom.